Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol niyeh b'dvaro. We are about to commemorate Rosh Hashanah, the beginning of a Jewish New Year, and Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, the Day of Forgiveness. We are finishing in the Jewish calendar a difficult year. It was a difficult year because of the pandemic, of course, and its terrible results, its terrible effects in many families. I've had friends who passed away because of the illness, but hopefully we are toward the end of this pandemic. Let us hope so. Because when one looks at history, for instance, I think in the 14th century was when there was a plague, Black Plague was called. I think between 30 and 60% of European population died. In 1919, there was also a pandemic. And I think 50 million people died. In this pandemic, the one we are hopefully finishing now, I think something like 6 million, a little over 6 million people died. And if you take into consideration the number of people, the population, the world population of today compared to 100 years ago, and above all, of course, compared to 500 years ago, the percentage is much less. I think it shows how we advance technologically, scientifically, how we confront, how we react when a natural disaster happens. So it has been a very difficult year, but it has also shown us that with the right reaction, with the right attitude, with the science behind it, we are able to overcome many things. And that is a sign of progress of humanity. It has also been a very difficult year. There is a war going on now between Russia and Ukraine. Russia invaded Ukraine. There is a danger of who knows what is going to happen to Taiwan, with China as a menace at all times. The world is not easy place to live in. Yet we find also that humanity can react. Humanity can respond to challenges that are placed before it, whether they're medical, whether they're political. I think what it teaches us also is that a lot depends upon us human beings, how we behave, how we do things. This is how history is really being written. It is true. Nature is very powerful. But in a sense, so are we also at the same time. We're going to commemorate Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah has three basic principles that are represented in the Amidah of Musaf of Rosh Hashanah. First is Malchuyot. Malchuyot means that God is king. We recognize the kingship of God, but we also consider ourselves the children of God. That means that we are royalty. You should remember that you are not just another creation of God. You are somebody special in this world, and that you have responsibility. Maybe the animals, maybe other beings in this world don't feel that responsibility, but you are an associate of the Almighty because you were created with the image of God, with the Spirit of God. So therefore you are a creator of this world also, that you have to improve this world. So Malchuyot implies that you have a responsibility in this world. Zichronot means remembering the past. We have memory. This is what the Judaism teaches in particular. Remember things of old. We do not forget what happened. We don't want to erase history. It teaches us in the present that there are alternatives to what reality is. There were other situations at other times, but you can also learn a lot from what happened before. So don't try to erase your memories. To the contrary, study them and make sure that they influence your present behavior and your future behavior as well. Finally, there's something called shofarot. Shofarot implies there is a future to this world. There is a destiny to this world. We are on the road to something, to some kind of salvation. Many believe in a Mashiach, that will come some kind of extraordinary figure that will save humanity. Others believe in some kind of messianic age. I personally believe that while these things can happen, these are in the hands of God. In the meantime, God gave us a Torah. He gave us a book of instructions and told you how to behave. Take a look at what you have done to pandemics. Take a look at what you have done to many challenges that history has presented before us and how you are able to overcome them. But maybe the greatest challenge is you yourself. Try to improve yourself. Try to look at yourself with sincerity in these coming days of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Take a look at what are your virtues and take a look at what are your failures. Your failures are not just mistakes. Your failures are opportunities to try to build upon them. Your mistakes are really occasions to do better next time. So you're going to do better on the things that you're doing well, but you're also going to learn from your mistakes. And I hope that we, your families, that all of humanity will really be inscribed for a Shana Tova, for a good year of health and well-being, where we will once again react to any challenge that presents ourselves, and we shall overcome. I have no doubt about it.